Here's my pants. Don't think I'm gonna be putting those back on. Dread putting my shoes on enough, but that's the only option there. Socks. Frozen solid. Luckily I do have other socks. Just pack these up and deal with them later. But yeah, I mean I'm up over 10,000 feet right now, and it was, you know, snowing at lower elevations, so I don't know where I left from as far as elevation, but yeah, it was bound to be a cold night, and it certainly was. I imagine it was maybe low teens, maybe colder. I don't know. I've camped in some pretty cold conditions, and this was one of my colder nights ever. But I got through. I'm still shivering, but I got through. My shoes are frozen so solid, I can't get them on. And I had them in the tent with me to try to keep them warm, but yeah, I can't even get my feet in right now, so it kind of sucks because I had packed up my sleeping bag and everything that was keeping me warm, and I was ready to make a mad dash, not a mad dash, but get my shoes on and get moving to stay warm. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to lay on them for a little while or something and see if I can thaw them out a little bit. Alright, here we are after 20 minutes of laying on my shoes just to get them thawed and pliable enough to put my feet in them. That's never happened before, but gonna pack up, finish getting packed up here, and go explore just a little bit. Having some dizziness and lightheadedness, and I was dealing with that last night too, quite a bit, coming in, and I'm pretty sure it's the elevation getting to me. Probably dehydration a little bit too right now, so I'm gonna address that and be safe and just kind of take it easy and go see how I'm feeling and try to explore and take some pictures for a little while. Hopefully once I get moving here and get some fluids in me, and probably gonna try to stop at some point and maybe make a warm breakfast. Hopefully that'll cure it. But yeah, last night I kind of started getting to where I was getting really short of breath really easy, and like I say, I'm at like 10,500 right now in elevation, and then I could tell that my thought process was kind of lagging a little bit. So yeah, I knew it was time to get stopped for the night when I did. Okay, so this is Amethyst Basin. This is where I was planning to try to get to last night to camp. I ended up maybe less than a half mile below here, quarter mile maybe, not very far. I wish I would have gotten here for sunset last night because there was color. I could just see it through the trees. I think it would have been really nice, really cool. But you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just miss. So, but I was, definitely. I wasn't anywhere close at the time of sunset. Like I say, I hiked for probably an hour after dark last night. So it would have been cool, but sometimes you just have to chalk it up as a scouting trip too. And this place is obviously very, very beautiful. Let me turn this around. Give you a wider view here. Nice, beautiful open meadow and stream running through. There's a lake somewhere. I suppose just maybe up there. I'll have to look at my map. But I know there's a lake and beautiful mountains all around. So I'm just gonna drop my pack here and spend a little time exploring and taking pictures just right here in this immediate area, and probably get some water from the stream here and purify that, and maybe cook some breakfast, and then probably look to start heading down the trail and just take my time, just take a lot of pictures. So just give you another look now. I'm walking down to get some water to make some breakfast. Yeah, I'm really kicking myself. I think sunset last night would have been really nice here. But yeah, I could have gotten here earlier, but I'll get into that if I get a chance later. Before I left yesterday, I realized that I wasn't prepared. I needed to do a little extra work to get my gear and everything to what I needed before I set out into the wilderness. So I took a little time and stopped at some stores and got some stuff that I needed. So that was why I wasn't here earlier yesterday. And then of course taking the time to take pictures, like I said, whenever I saw the opportunity, because it's a sunny day today. A lot of that snow at lower elevation that I was walking through yesterday is probably melting right now. So got the shots that I saw in front of me when I could, and I'll just have to make a mental note that this is this would be a good place to come back to for get here for sunset sometime, get some really cool pictures. But just fill up some water. Oh, it's cold. And I'm gonna purify this, and I don't really need to purify it. I'm gonna boil it, I guess. So make some breakfast. And anyway, I don't think I'm gonna hike up to the lake. There's not a cloud in the sky today, and it's really not that great for photography here right now. It's a really pretty place, but the sun's just kind of too bright. I wish I'd have gotten up here and camped at least and been up here at sunrise or golden hour, but I guess when your shoes are frozen solid, you don't really have that choice anyway. But yeah, all you learn on every trip. And really, like I say, whenever I rationalize this, I haven't done anything wrong. As far as, it's not like I just laid down and took a nap in the sunshine yesterday or anything like that. I did what I could, and if I would have been just a little bit ahead of the schedule I was on, I would have probably gotten some pretty neat photos here. But oh well, next time. So anyway, like I say, I've got my tent drying out, so I don't have the same problems next time, hopefully. That was crazy. I got stopped, found a campsite last night, and it was just my rain fly was just this matted like ball, all just frozen solid, and I was sitting there shivering and shaking, and I had the tent body up, and I was trying to peel that apart without ripping it, and in the dark, my headlamp was going dead, and so that's what I was going to talk about for a minute here. I wasn't super prepared for this trip, but I was more prepared than I was 12 hours before that. And that's very important for anybody that obviously anybody that sets out into the woods, into the wilderness, into nature, anywhere, is you get back to the real world out here, and it's a different set of rules. If you get yourself in trouble, you don't just get on your cell phone and call for help that'll be there in 5 minutes. You don't just flag somebody down. You've got to be able to rely on yourself. And those are lessons I've learned over the years, and it's pretty much common sense. And I'm embarrassed to admit this, but yesterday I almost left. I got the idea for this trip just looking for an overnight backpack in the area, and I just found something online. So, okay, that one sounds cool. And I started scrambling yesterday morning to throw some stuff in my backpack, and I was trying to hit the road, and I was not being smart. And finally, I kind of made myself stop and think and remember that I was heading into the wilderness, and I'm not, just going across town where I can call somebody for help if I get into trouble. Um, Different rules out here. This is the real world. So I have to be able to depend on myself, and I wasn't being smart because well, that camera, like you saw the camera setup, I have the camera bag strapped to my other pack. It's ridiculous. Part of the reason my back is hurting so bad today, I'm sure, my neck and my headache last night, but I thought that smaller camera pack would slide in my backpacking pack, and it will, but I was gonna leave behind a bunch of clothing, warm clothes, and just go without a bunch of stuff. And I realized I didn't have anything to filter water, and I realized I didn't even have a beanie, and I had trouble finding gloves, and I just couldn't find the stuff. So anyway, I was trying to just race out here, and I realized that wasn't gonna turn out well. And I didn't even know the elevation. I hadn't even gotten a map yet. I didn't know anything about this trail other than it existed, and I saw a picture of the mountain here, and it looked cool, and I thought, oh, I'll go check that out. So I was smart enough yesterday to stop myself and realize, that I knew better. And so I took a couple hours and I sorted through my gear, and I made sure I had enough warm clothing to get through. And that all came into play last night, because last night was very much kind of a survival situation. It was definitely a survival situation. It was cold, and I was not in good shape when I got into camp. Like I say, I think the elevation got to me, and that's what happens when a week ago I was sitting at 800 foot back home right now, and roughly, and right now I'm at 10,500, somewhere in there. And so to be out here hiking in this, carrying more weight than I should, and carrying it in an awkward way, and a pretty strenuous little uphill. It wasn't horrible, but bushwhacking and all of that, it all played in, but by the time I got stopped last night, I was having some not double vision, but some vision issues, some definite blurred vision. It was dark, and my headlamp was going out, but I was still knew that my vision wasn't right, and I was just, my thought process just didn't seem right, and I was super short of breath, and that was definitely the elevation. But and my fitness level isn't great. It's I'm working on that too, and that's part of the shakedown to see where I'm at, definitely, but also the mental shakedown of it, and learning where I'm at there too, because that's as that's as important as anything. So anyway, I took the time. I got enough gear together to get me through, and this is showing me that I have some things I need to replace, for sure. Even as I was leaving the trailhead yesterday, I had straps breaking on my backpack, and it's because that backpack is almost 13 years old now, and it's seen thousands of miles, and I just need to start, if I'm going to get serious about getting out here into these off the beaten path places, and I need to get my gear on par, and also my body, and I'm working on that. Yeah, this is stupid. Don't do this.